So I was about to wrap up my newest video, and what do you know, we have a brand new update on our hands. It seems that it's going out way faster than expected. I was expecting it to drop by in like a couple more hours, but it seems that even that was a little bit of a stretch because the update just went live. It's most probably going to be already by the time this video gets posted, but if you're not seeing it already, go over there on Origin or on your console and check for updates in case it didn't appear automatically. It should be like a 7 GB in size update, bringing in, of course, all of the changes that we've talked about in the previous video, but we're also going to talk about some unintended consequences as a result of some of the hidden changes that have been happening before this update went live. So very interesting stuff out there, including of course buffs to Masterworks and legendary items, which is super exciting. Of course, there's also some nerfs in there as well, a couple of changes that I really like, and generally speaking, you're going to see a few changes when you log in this new update, including of course a huge buff to your power level. I think I'm currently like 500-600, I'm not really sure, but I'm seeing reports from people reaching over 660 item level. So pretty exciting stuff. I'm not gonna waste any more time on introductions though, and I'm going to leave you guys with the video at hand. But there have been some stealth updates to the game that we weren't aware about, and one of them is, well, surprisingly a loot buff. And I'm not kidding, you can go ahead right now and even play it for yourselves, and it seems that the Masterwork drop rate has been drastically increased to the numbers that we seen in that amazing Friday we had a couple of weeks back. I'm not kidding, like literally any chest that I'm opening has at least one Masterwork in them, and I was like trying to see, why am I getting this? Like, am I getting too much luck, or is it just a fluke? Well, I went over on Reddit, and what do you know, there seems to have been multiple reports of people getting way more Masterworks than previously. Like, there's some people who were getting even 4 at the same time in the same chest. So I'm not really sure what Bioware just did. I'm not really sure if this is intentional, but I hope it is, because this is exactly what a looter shooter should be like. This type of loot is what you should be getting on a daily basis, considering that we have so many problems with the inscriptions, them being pretty much full RNG, and honestly it's been a long time since I was so eager to go into dungeons and do those again and again and again to get those amazing loot drops. So yeah, this is what is happening currently right now. I've seen a lot of people getting this, and it's not affecting just the dungeons, by the way. It seems that free play contracts, all of these are being affected as well. So there's some person at some point doing free play on Grandmaster 2 for like 1 hour and a half, and they gotten like over 10 Masterworks. So that is really awesome. I've seen other reports of people getting legendaries as well, way more legendaries than before, and there's also apparently a stealth nerf, or should I say buff, to Grandmaster 2 and Grandmaster 3. For some reason it seems that there's reports out there from people saying that Grandmaster 2 and even Grandmaster 3 feel much easier than ever before. So now it would theoretically feel more rewarding to do them, as they have much better luck chances, and of course they also don't take that much time to complete as it was before. So some pretty interesting stuff right now. I am not really sure again if this is intentional, but this is exactly what the game should feel like. If this is an intended consequence and something that Bioware wants to do before the patch, well, that is probably a turn for the better. And keep in mind that there's a couple more days until Division 2 comes out, so yeah, it's really interesting to see why that is happening. But I did test this one out, and I did like 4 or 5 dungeon runs. I went into the Tyrant Mine, I completed it fully before I realized I got like 5 or 6 Masterworks, which seems to be consistent with what people are reporting on Reddit. Then I decided to expand a little bit upon it and test things out in the Temple of the Scar, which has the chests appearing way faster than in the Tyrant Mine. So I only farmed the first couple of chests, and then only the first one exclusively, as it was the fastest. And what do you know, they all drop Masterwork. Not only that, but even regular NPCs started dropping Masterwork items. Now this is the type of change that the game really needs, and with the Division 2, as I've said, coming out the corner, it's going to be a pain in the butt for Anthem to, well, survive and keep on going for the next couple of months up until they get the big content patches starting rolling. Nonetheless, I'm seeing a lot of reports over on Reddit from people not being able to get their Masterworks, their legendary gear, or even more so losing it. It seems that there's this bug that kinda skips the Masterwork screen. There's one big thread saying, warning, loot is sometimes not being rewarded at the end of expeditions. There are lots of reports of people over the past few hours. So every time you finish an expedition, as you may or may not know, you get this screen with all of the loot that you got, and of course the Masterwork and the legendary items unlocking in this flashy animation. But it seems that a lot of people had this skip on them, and they would report that they have lost their items. I have seen this happening to me as well on a number of occasions, but there is actually an easy fix that you can try, and it worked for me in all of the cases. I've seen other people saying it also worked for them. So in case you have a crash, a disconnect, or you have the skipping of that particular screen, what you can do is load up into the free play mode, and from there on what you can do is simply end up the expedition. You don't have to like do any events, kill enemies or anything like that. Just pop into free play and then immediately put an end to the expedition, and this should reward you all of the previous lost items. Sometimes you don't even have to go through all of this, you can just simply go into the forge and you will see them over there. But go ahead and comment down below if you still have problems after using this trick. Do you still not find your loot even after entering free play and exiting it? Comment down below and possibly even report the bug on the official BioWare website. But moving on, we also have some other unintended consequences, or maybe they are intended, but it seems that Masterwork Ember drop rate into the free play has been severely nerfed. A lot of people have been reported that the Masterwork Embers are not dropping as they used to, and this might very well be something to compensate with the increased number of Masterworks that are dropping all over the place. We have this person over on Reddit saying that with the loot update, the number of Masterwork Ember drops went down. The drop rate for them was lowered very hard. The problem is that if you want an upgrade to a Masterwork gun, you have to reroll it. With a good farming gear, this was doable, and to me it felt rewarding. Now we have a higher drop chance of Masterwork gear, but the Masterwork Ember drop less often. Even if you salvage every dropping Masterwork item, it will make a long time till you can craft / reroll the item you want. For example, if you want to receive a better Truth of Tarsus, I was able to farm some embers, reroll it a couple of times, and had a good chance for improvements. And now I have to play, hope for a Masterwork drop, hope it's a Truth of Tarsus, and hope it has good stats on it. Please give us all drop rate for embers or different ways to reroll stats. And this was posted by 00812. So I kinda tend to agree with him on this one. Some of the best Masterworks that I was able to get, I've got them through crafting and rerolling and doing it over and over again, and this was a more preferred method as I had more control over the results, and of course I liked it more than simply having to go and complete content to do that, which I already done many times before. So I'm not really sure about this one. There's other people reporting in there something similar as well, so other people have noticed this. It seems that there's some really mixed opinions on this one. I'm not really sure if that is the case. So there's big pluses and minuses. I mean, you finally get some Masterworks, but then your game crashes or you are unable to get them. Really messy situation, so I hope it gets fixed. There's some other hidden stuff in there that we didn't know about though, and somebody just reported this on Reddit. Well, there's one additional play type that we didn't know that existed before. Like when you finish a game with all of those rewards and all of those achievements for killing enemies and whatnot, you get all of those medals, right? Like you have Legionnaire, you have Soldier, Artillery, or somewhere along those lines. But there is another one that I didn't even know existed, and this is called General Tarsus, and somebody posted it right now on Reddit. It looks pretty damn sweet. I hope it did more than just showing it at the end of expeditions. Like, give us something permanent in Fort Tarsus from these medals, that would be something great, or maybe as decals on your javelin, it would be nice. But apparently, according to the user who posted this, you get this after completing in gold medals all of the challenges in the expedition. So you have to do literally everything in there. You can press J on the keyboard and check it out, or whatever button it is on the controller, and bring up the challenges tab and you will see them tracked, or you can press I and it will also show them tracked. But yeah, this is basically what you get towards the end of it. We also have some more news from BioWare, and it seems that they have acknowledged that the Ranger does feel underpowered, and there is going to be some buffs to it very soon. Of course, we also have some buffs today with some of the weapons getting some buffs. Of course, some of them are very good on the Ranger, so that will benefit him indirectly. We also get some Masterwork and Legendary buffs to the power levels, which will also increase the melee damage as well as the ultimate damage. So the scaling is also going to indirectly affect the Ranger as well. We also have the current, of course, Grandmaster 2 and Grandmaster 3 being a little bit brought down in terms of how hard they are, so the difficulties being brought down a little bit would also help him with that. So a lot of talk here being done. There's a lot of great suggestions coming from the community, and I'm really pleased to see so many people still involved with this game. And that's basically all there is with the news today, guys. If there's anything more, I'm going to keep you guys updated and post videos later on. But tell me, what are your findings things with the new stealth upgrades. Are you seeing more Masterworks dropping for you? Did you get anything good that you liked? Or even more so, are you seeing better legendaries? Because legendaries is something that we are all striving for. Post your comments down below. I'm going to try to reply to as many as possible. And of course, in the meantime, if you enjoyed this video, a thumbs up would be super appreciated. Also, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys later.